Starts running. He's got green. Hand off Barkley. Runs up. He's got room. He's up to the 40, 50. It's a foot race to the Redskins 30. No one's going to catch Barkley. He raises his hand and celebrates. Touchdown, Giants. 78 yards for the rookie sensation, Saquon Barkley.
Saquon making moves on the field and making some headlines off of it tomorrow. These 9 teams reporting to mandatory minicamp. Check it out, guys. We get to see Cleveland. Odell, he'll be there, right? I mean, it's mandatory.
Mandatory. It's such a key word.
Unless he's holding out, he'll be there.
Those New York Jets will welcome Le'Veon Bell to the field. I can't wait to see him.
Can't wait to see him running down the football field.
Yeah, him and Sam Darnold. See the interaction with Adam Gase. Oh, that's going to be real juicy this week on Good Morning Football. This is our show. Michael Robinson is here.
Yes.
Mike, what's up, Mike?
Thank you guys for inviting me, man.
Yes.
And I don't get to invite much, but thank you.
Love having you here. Peter Schrager, Kyle Brandt. My name's Kay Adams. The hashtag is hashtag GMFB, but let's start with one of those 9 teams. I want to talk about the New York Giants, gentlemen.
All right.
It's time for Lead Block.
Lead block.
We saw the highlights there. Saquon Barkley, how many receptions? 91 last year and growing maybe this year. He talked to the media over the weekend and talked about the 6th overall pick for those G-men, Mr. Daniel Jones. Take a look.
Daniel Jones went crazy yesterday in practice. Daniel, I mean, he had himself.
They're in good hands.
Yeah, he had himself a day. I believe in him. You know, I believe in him. You know, it's just. He's in the perfect position, you know. You get to win, obviously. Sorry about that. You get to come to New York, obviously, but just to be behind Eli, a 2-time Super Bowl MVP, a quarterback who does everything right, who's a captain, who's a leader, and then when his opportunity comes, you just got to be ready for it. And that's what something I just keep telling him every single day. Try to come and find something better, find something to work on, and improve, and get better. That was the kind of focus that I had, and block out the noise. We love you guys and everything. And we love the media. We love Twitter, Instagram, but everyone's gonna say something. You know, when right now, oh, you're awful pick. But when he wins 2 Super Bowls, everyone's going to be like, oh, he was the greatest pick of all time. Like, that's just how life works. So, like, I'm happy for him. I'm proud of him. And he did a really good job of blocking out the noise already. And I think that's important to have, especially being a quarterback in New York. And when this time comes, I think I think he has a bright future.
Good Morning Football voters said that Saquon Barkley was the #1 running back in the league going into this 2019 season. And him on Daniel Jones there saying that he went crazy. You kind of saw it on his face. Mm-hmm. He does believe in Daniel Jones. What has to happen during minicamp, during the rest of this offseason, that would sort of add to this train of there potentially being some sort of a situation where Daniel Jones doesn't end up on the bench all year?
Well, I think Eli would have to totally flop. I mean, totally just look terrible, completely terrible, can't take a snap, can't do anything. I think Daniel Jones needs to take a redshirt year this year. We know that, you know, the team's record could stop that or make that happen a little bit faster. But what else is Saquon supposed to say, right? He's a team player. He's a franchise personality. Yeah. He's the reason why he went #2 overall last year. So what else is he supposed to say? Oh, well, he's a rookie. We probably don't want him to play. I don't know why we drafted him. Right. Yeah, he's not supposed to say that. Great answer by Saquon.
Peter, watching that though, it wasn't like a stock answer. He looked really great out there. He did things. That was really emphatic and very genuinely positive toward Daniel Jones. I read into that. I believe him.
It was pure excitement. You got to think about what this is. So this is a pro player camp. So this is one of these things that the NFLPA puts on with some corporate sponsors. And in the past, for the Giants, Odell Beckham was that guy. And the kids would all come out, and they had the dyed hair and all the thing. Saquon, I saw clips from this thing. There were thousands of kids, and they were all flocking around Saquon, dancing, having a blast. Saquon is now the face of the Giants, if there was any question about it. It's not Eli Manning, and it's not Odell Beckham. It is Saquon Barkley. So, Kay, to your point, anything he says, any emotion that he shows, there is a window into the locker room, and I don't think that Eli Manning has any worries. And he's not going to lose the starting job to Daniel Jones in the training camp. Absolutely not. However, I do think Saquon giving his, what is it, what they say with the Knights, the sign of a people, almost uniting. I'm like, that is a big thing for Giants fans. They want to hear that. And in June, it's important to have that out there because, I think a lot of April and a lot of May was spent Giants pulling their hair out saying, Giants fans saying, why'd we take this guy? We could have taken Josh Allen or Ed Oliver. Why'd we take this guy? But Saquon seems happy, and if we love Saquon, and Saquon's the greatest thing since sliced bread, well, maybe it's good enough for me. And I think it's an important piece for the fans to hear that Saquon Barkley, who could have said, I wish we took an offensive tackle to block for me, or I wish we took a wide receiver so that the tension's not all on me. No, he said, I'm happy, and this guy has been awesome. And just wait, after 2 Super Bowls, you're all going to remember that. You're not going to remember what you said.
Saquon did have 91 receptions last year.
Daniel Jones is not a friend of mine. He's a friend of ours.
Yes.
There you go.
I'm thrilled to see you guys today, and I mean this dead seriously. We were off last week, and I could not wait to get back to work, and I really mean that. The last 3 days, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, I've been on the tile of my bathroom floor potty training my 2-year-old.
Oh, man.
Absolutely brutal, difficult work. Thank you. Whoever says girls are easier, you're an idiot. Sean O'Hara, how dare you? Really hard. She doesn't want to do it. She's not interested. She's distracted. We have to sit her down over and over. And when that moment comes, that magical little sprinkle, anything, we have Mardi Gras ready. We got lollipops. Literally, we have balloons. We have music ready to play. And we all go absolutely bat bleep when she does it. It's insane. I feel like that's what Saquon just did for Daniel Jones. Like the second that Roger Goodell said the name Daniel Jones, he almost became like a child of Saquon, certainly a family member. They're going to grow old together. And the idea that he was out there with DJ and he was throwing and he was hitting receivers and he can really do it, that is his, like, we made a duty, basically. That was what it was at my house over the weekend. Saquon just came out and said when he wins 2 Super Bowls, what? He is so excited about this guy because he's in an arranged marriage with Daniel Jones. He didn't set this thing up. He was told, you will grow old with Daniel Jones. Guys, Eli Manning is going to be a small footnote on Saquon's career if it goes like we think it will. So the idea that he's out there, and this is my brother, and he can throw, and he can hand off, and you do all the cool things, I'm immediately on my bathroom floor proud of the family member for making it happen. Mardi Gras, Baby Shark, blasting. That's what Saquon is. Family. We did it. We got something.
If you're Eli Manning, how are you handling this storyline? This is like the first little bit of it, because he's going to be hearing it throughout their tenure together as long as Eli's there. Yeah. Would we think of this differently if it was Dwayne Haskins that Saquon was saying that about? Would we be making more waves? How would Eli approach that differently? You know what I mean?
Because of the relationship with Jones and Eli.
Is he completely secure going into this year?
I would think so. I mean, he's been through so much. And we said it earlier in the show, like, Eli's a professional. Eli wins. Eli doesn't. He knows how to survive. I think he's a winner, but he's also a survivor. I guess the Haskins thing, after the draft, we were all kind of fired up because of the synergy with Daniel Jones, and it felt like an arranged marriage again. Like they picked Eli Jr., guy who went to the Manning Passing Academy and they're friends with. If it was Haskins, who he has no relationship with, who's maybe more of a physical specimen, maybe he would handle it differently. But I mean, I feel like you could bring in Joe Montana in his prime. Eli's still like, whatever, I'm still going to do that.
I also think the fan base is now, it's almost like there's a sentimentality with Eli, and they know that the end is eventually near. And instead of always being like, when are we going to draft the next quarterback? When are we going to get rid of Eli? It's almost like, let's root for Eli in these final seasons. Like, depending on how it goes. I don't know.
Got him said he has 3 or 4
it's almost
left,
like
right?
They were playing the America's Game from the 2011 Super Bowl, and I'm watching it, and it was on NFL Network over the weekend, and Eli Manning in San Francisco in that NFC Championship game is taking a beating, and he keeps getting up, and he's hitting Victor Cruz, and he's hitting Hakeem Nicks, and you forget how tough and how beloved Eli is in this city because that was 9 years ago now.
Yeah.
But if this is the end, I think Giants fans want to root for Eli and eventually get around to Daniel Jones. I don't think there's this burning seat right now for Daniel Jones. It's almost like, this is your year, Eli. Like, let's have one great celebration for you.
And I think Eli understands that he's a former first-round pick. He understands the nature of this business. He understands that anytime he's asked about Daniel Jones, he's going to say the right things and boost this kid up. I think Eli's safe this year.
And Gettleman has to love this, Triggs.
It's great. It's how you want it. There's no drama. And Odell's out in Cleveland, and they're worried about when he's going to show up. That's how Gettleman wanted it, and that's how it's going to be.
That's how it is. I mean, if you
So what are you saying? Odell was the problem
not
there?
me.
Is that what you're saying?
Not me.
Yeah, it's
What are
not
you
true.
saying, Triggs?
What does that mean for Baker?
I'm saying that right now. Freddie Kitchens is up there answering a bunch of questions about Odell Beckham, whether he's going to be there, and he says, I wish he was there, and I feel like that's a lot. Whether or not Odell's going to be great with Cleveland's not the issue. For Dave Gettleman and the Giants, that's an issue they're not dealing with right now, and they're moving forward. And whether or not they're as good as they were with Odell Beckham or not, this is the kind of room that they want, and that's how they're going to move forward.
You mentioned that he's the face of the Giants. If you go to NFL's Instagram right now, and there's the behind the scenes, and he has the Instagram of the NFL showing what he did at that camp. the way these kids are going crazy, the way that he's engaging with them, he's the face of the NFL. Like, you can't really argue that with me right now.
Nope.
With Saquon on and off the field, like, this kid's got it, and he's going to have it for a long time no matter who's his quarterback.
I think he and Mahomes have the brightest future in the entire sport. Saquon seems to be a perfect specimen. Mike, you know him personally, the Penn State.
Yes.
Sky's the limit, right?
The sky is the limit, but more than anything, guys, look at the answer he gave regarding the quarterback position, and he's a running back. You're not used to hearing running backs speak like that. Be media savvy, be PR trained, all of those things. I mean, that was Saquon. I feel like that was a crafted answer, but he made us believe it was so genuine and all of that, man. And that's what you get with a franchise personality. And I think they made the right pick last year. Everybody can say, oh, they should have got a quarterback last year. This kid might have been the best overall talent in last year's draft.
Best running back in New York this year?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Le'Veon can play, baby.
I love Le'Veon. I can't wait for a commercial. I don't know whether it's a car commercial or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, those two running backs are on there.
You're right.
It's coming.
You're right.
They will be competing.
Or is the best one in New York, Frank Gore?
That's true. Hey.
I blocked for him. So.
My man.
Mike, we know you pretty well. We're always getting to know you here at the breakfast table. But how well do you know your Mike?